God has not given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. We are in a very difficult situation with this coronavirus, and there are so many reactions from so many Christians, and it feels to me that if I look at the messages all around, that it seems like we're confused, but God is not the author of confusion. He says in Isaiah 46 verse 10, He has determined the end from the beginning. Well, if we go back to the beginning, we can really get it there, that the seventh day is rest, so the end will be rest. In Hebrews 4, when he talks about the second world, the law world, he said, He has completed the works from the foundation of the world, because nothing was going to stop the Christ from coming. God's orders and principles are set in place, and nothing on earth, nobody, no doctrine, I don't care who thinks how clever they are, is going to change what God has purposed. For us, it's not to try and make doctrine, it's try to understand the Word and get into the Word and understand the purposes of God from beginning to end. Now, if we look at the World War I do believe that there were people there that really thought it was the apocalypse, the end of the world. If I look at World War II, there were people there that they lost everything. Not one person, thousands. I remember stories from the Great Depression that the people threw the money and they burned money in heaps because the money didn't mean anything. So what we really need for life is right inside of us. We can see, we can walk, we can talk, we can hear. We've got life right inside of us. But the biggest thing is that we must realize is that we've got Christ inside of us. And nothing is going to change that on the outside, cannot change my inside. Now, this is a lesson that I learned very hard. Everything in my life happened to a point where I couldn't believe what happened to me. I couldn't believe that your life can change so quickly and everything around you just can fall apart so quick. I lived in this awesome ministry. My husband was really, this is the closest to Jesus I know. I lived with a man. He really was what he was on the pulpit. He didn't try to get revelations. He didn't try to get sick healed. He didn't try to have a ministry. It came all out of the inside of him. He really did it. But I found myself where everything around me just collapsed. Everybody died. My husband, my parents. Everything went wrong around me. And it took me so long to understand that the answer is on my inside. And nothing on my outside can change it. Guys, I've picked up a pattern that Christians go through, and I want to share it with you. The first reaction on coronavirus is distanciation. Oh no, it's far. It's in China, it's in Italy, it's not going to come to us. We are like, and we don't get involved in praying, and we don't, we're okay. As long as I'm okay, it's fine. Then the virus comes closer. The next step is like, we're going to stand for faith, and we must realize that Christ is our faith. Faith is not a movement. Faith is not a trying. Faith is a being. So you can't try and heal the sick. You heal the sick because the love that is poured out on your inside. And many times our faith is, I would say, presumption. I'm going to do it. No. The minute you do it, it's wrong. Faith is not a trying. It's an action. Now, I want to explain it this way. If there are seasons and it's snowing outside, I'm not going to go outside without a jersey and say, I'm not going to take this winter. That's stupid. That's not faith. That's stupid. You're not made that way. You are still in a fallen creation. So I would suggest what you do at the moment is, the Bible also say, listen to your authorities. I suggest you should stay at home, because this is the time where our trying to be something might be the blockage of someone else. There's a worldwide call to stay at home. Don't try and push it. Why would you push it? That's not faith. We've got a wrong concept of faith. This is now, If I stay at home, it doesn't change who I am. I just want to say here, coronavirus does not change the purposes of God. We're going to come through this, and there's people that's going to survive this, and the world is going to go on. It's like a reset. What happened during the Black Fever? The Black Fever was there because Rome built roads and people had interaction. If there wasn't roads and people didn't have that interaction, small groups of people would have been wiped out, because we are in a creation that is groaning in a fallen situation. This is not the end of the world. This is the end of many things, but it's not the end of creation. Get it? Maybe it's the end of corruption world, or I think many things are going to set right. If you look at the news clips that China, you can actually see blue skies again. The dolphins are returning. Well, many things are being reset. So it's the end of the world of the way things were going. It was going, I mean, humanity is always destroying themselves. And it's not the first time it happened. What about the Spanish flu? Guys, that was not the end of everything. Why are we calling now and drive people with fear? So you get these two sides in Christianity. We've got faith, which is not faith. And the other one is fear, fear, fear. We have not got the spirit of fear. So what do we do now? We realize what we are, who we are, and the purposes of God. And there's a little song that we used to sing. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. In your little corner, shine your light. Because light drives out the darkness. The light is inside you. It's not on the outside. You have what it takes.